Welcome to Grammar School. This video focuses on punctuation, and in particular, appropriate punctuation in academic writing. First, let's look at ending sentences. Here you have four options: the full stop or period, question mark, exclamation mark, or ellipsis. In professional writing, you will almost exclusively use the full stop. Sometimes including a question can add variety to your writing, but your tutor or supervisor can also have strong feelings about asking as opposed to simply answering a question, so keep that in mind. The passion and ambiguity that exclamation marks and ellipses respectively bring to a sentence are typically not acceptable features in academic writing. Next, combining clauses. Here you need to know whether a clause is dependent or independent. Our video on key grammatical concepts can help. Combine dependent and independent clauses with a comma, and multiple independent clauses with a semicolon. You can use commas, dashes, or brackets to interrupt a sentence with additional information, or to add further reflections to the end. Do, however, consider whether this additional information should be given more weight and a sentence of its own, as interruptions can make a text feel disjointed and poorly edited. To introduce lists and examples, first use a colon and then separate items with commas, or if the list items are long or include other punctuation, semicolons. Perhaps the most controversial punctuation mark is the Oxford comma, or a comma that precedes the final and in a list. People can have very strong opinions about using it. Apostrophes can be confusing, but in reality they are far simpler than often thought. Apostrophes indicate either possession or contraction. Apostrophe S means possession by a single individual or entity, while S apostrophe means possession by a plural or a singular that ends in an S sound. Note that some style guides do recommend adding an S even to these singular possessions. Apostrophes also stand in for missing letters, so are used in contracting verbs. Note that contractions are not used in academic writing. Pay particular attention to its. With an apostrophe, it is a contraction, and without an apostrophe, it shows possession. Finally, quoting and citation have particular conventions around punctuation. Depending on the citation system, you would use either double or a single quotation marks to identify precise wording from the original source. The final full stop goes inside the quotation marks if it is also the end of the sentence in the original source. The full stop goes outside of the quotation marks if the sentence continues further in the original source. Single or double quotation marks can also be used for scare quotes. These might introduce a new term, but can also have an ironic tone, which is not what you want in academic writing. Square brackets and ellipses allow you to show edits you have made to a quote. Remember to read your referencing style guide carefully, as each style has different ways of punctuating and formatting sources. Punctuation is a small but significant part of writing well. Using the wrong punctuation mark, or leaving the correct one out, can have an impact on the grammar, tone, or meaning of the sentence, so pay attention to detail. Thank you for watching, and keep an eye out for more grammar school videos.